It started as a bit of a joke with my husband and I. I was pregnant, and my husband and I were talking, as parents do, talked about the future, what would happen, what school would we send our son to, etc. And we bandied about the idea of sending him to a private school. But of course, we are not the most affluent of people, so we thought, he said, so if he comes home and says he's really upset because the other kids have nice homes with big gardens, I'll bring him here to the park. We were walking through a park, and I'll tell him, this is your garden. So that was the germ of the idea, and so I started the Masters in Film, and we had to develop a script, and I thought, oh, that sounded like a really nice idea to sort of develop. Initially supposed to just be 3 characters and a garden. And it just sort of grew and grew and grew over the year, and now it's become what it is, Daddy's Garden.
My name is Zach Taylor. I was brought into Daddy's Garden because I'm a classmate of Michaela's.
There, my name is Fenna, and I'm the production manager on this shoot. During the shoot I'm mostly busy with running around, getting people drinks, organizing all the actors and stuff like that.
The director of photography has let me operate the Red camera, which has been a great experience. Just looking at the world through the viewfinder of a cutting-edge digital camera and helping Michaela tell her story about Marcy, her family, and her friends.
I did look at it at the end when it was time to actually put the production document together, and I sort of thought, Michaela, what have you done here? Because it became sort of a core cast of 14, this park scene that needed so many extras, and it seemed like a mammoth task, but I was ready to take it on. I mean, in some ways it was good that we did that first, because I think everyone was fresh, everyone had a lot of energy. It was exciting, it was good weather, so everything worked pretty well on the day. In hindsight, I think probably now that I have a bit more experience with the shoot, it would be nice to be able to go back and tweak quite a few things and probably change my approach when it came to a few things. But that being said, I think everyone had a good day. All of the extras didn't feel like they wasted their time. We got so much goodwill flowing on the set. The participants, we had the Cardiff Carnival, we had representatives from No Fit State Circus, we had members of Odyssey Theatre, which is a subsidiary of Hijinks Theatre. So there was so much goodwill and so much love flowing on this. Oh yes, and Protex Steel Band, and all of them came just to participate without any sort of conditions or requirements. And so it was just a great day.
There's a saying that an artist in front of a blank canvas must think in terms of paint. When you look at a script, it seems like just one giant possibility, and that the story can be told any number of ways, but once you're on set and you finally see it become translated, once you see the locations and the actors and the combination of all these things, that's the first time when the dream sort of becomes real. That's when this great story that Michaela's been working on becomes personified and tangible. And so in that way, this experience of shooting this has gone beyond what I thought it could be.
I think, funnily enough, pre-production sort of hinged a lot on locations. I didn't really realize how difficult it would be, because we basically needed 9 locations if we were to break it down, 9 sites, I should say. And so it was difficult. We had to find 5 beautiful gardens, and that by itself wasn't easy on a low to no budget sort of film. So there again, this goodwill just came in leaps and bounds, and some things happened, like even one of the locations we had secured 2 weeks before the production was on fire, so we had to go back and try to replace that garden, which luckily we were able to do. So yeah, it was a trial. The parking lot of the school, we managed to secure that. Howell School kindly let us use that. And the council was ever supportive with our use of the park as well. So it was difficult, but because everyone was so sort of in tune with the project and willing to help the project, we managed to get everything in place.
Well, there were a lot of child actors in the film, which was a challenge for all of us, I believe, but I think it worked out very well. The children are so great, they all have really strong personalities. And so much energy.
I think the young actors have been great. They work well together. They all sort of represent these different interests that kids have, and the story that they sort of help tell is one that's relevant to not only kids but people of any age. Just how you view the people around you in terms of what they have and how that relates to what you have or don't have. I think that they're full of energy and they're young and they've got that kid sort of spirit is great.
Before we go, I'll just say a few words. So this was part of my master's project, as you all know, which is why all of you have been so kind and offered me so much goodwill and support. And I think it was my good fortune to have such an amazing class with such great classmates, and to meet Kiefer, and for Kiefer to know so many fantastic people. So it's been this whole great chain reaction. And then, of course, my superb fortune for finding the best lead actors I think I could have gotten in South Wales, really. So thank you so much for stellar work over 6 grueling days. And all I can say is that I appreciate it 1,000 times over, and I hope all of you are happy when we're finished with the whole process. Thanks so much.